Welcome back to another episode of Life Thus Far. My name is Leland Clayton. That's Valence Michael. Here with one of my favorite comics. One of my favorite people to hang out with, Tommy Sinbazo.
Hey, hi. It's so good to see you guys.
Right back at you. Right back at you.
I thought you guys forgot about me. And then you called.
Yeah, dude.
So it's nice to see you.
How can I forget about you?
We'll go see Fantastic Four on mushrooms.
Hell yeah.
You know, I miss those days.
Yeah.
Dude.
We did that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then movies got dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part too.
Yeah.
Wasn't really worth it.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
My
be good.
fingers are crossed.
Yeah.
All four.
And then you got your Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday. And then
Yeah.
they're getting into the whole... they're doing a... what's that?
Secret
Spider-Man
Wars.
movie is going to be... it's off that shitty series. Just One Day.
I don't know what you're
Where
talking
he makes
about.
a deal. Aunt May dies. Peter makes a deal with Mephisto to go back to save Aunt May.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to beat you up, nerd.
You guys don't know. It's considered one of the worst Spider-Man stories.
And that's what they're gonna write. I'm so interested. That's what they're gonna make a movie based off
Yeah,
of.
they're gonna
Oh, that's
make,
cool.
one, because he's already to the point now where no one knows who he is.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was
yeah.
The outcome of
Yeah.
this was that people forgot who Peter Parker was.
That's cool.
Interesting.
That's dope. That's dope.
I'm interested.
So bring in the women.
Word.
Now that they're nice.
Yeah. So Tommy, this is a life stories podcast.
Okay.
We're here to hear your life story.
Okay.
But we want to go all the way back.
Okay.
Start with your parents. Start with yeah. Tell us.
As I like to say, my mother was a Japanese schoolgirl, and my father was a 9-dick tentacle demon.
Okay.
They met on the set of a colorful cartoon where she fell in. They met at a hentai ranch.
Yeah.
And she fell into the pit, and 9 months later, no, that's a hentai joke. Tentacle joke. So my mom was. My parents met at South Ball, or what's it? I guess it's called Hopkins Bayview now. My mom was she wasn't really a nurse. I really don't know what she was doing there.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out, trolling for Dr. Dick.
That's actually a good plan.
It's a good place to do it.
It is.
And my dad was an EEG technician. That's where
Word.
electroencephalograph.
Yeah.
Hook up electrodes to your brain.
Oh, do like brain
Yeah,
scans.
they do like brain scans.
Yeah.
And my dad saw my mom and asked her, he said, hey, would you like to have lunch with me? And my mom said, I've already eaten. And my dad was like, would you like to watch me eat? So, and then once they got married, I was born the year after they got married.
Your dad has game, dude.
Yeah. My dad was a ginger, too.
Dude.
Ginger. And he had like glasses that were like the two-tone.
Yeah.
Where like it was like a sunglass.
Oh shit, yeah. Dude.
He's never not had a mustache.
Word.
Like probably born with a mustache.
Yeah.
But they got together. I was born the year after they got married. And then 14 months to the day, my sister was born.
Word.
And as the story goes, which I wish they'd stop telling me, my sister was conceived the first night that I slept through the night as a baby.
Oh shit.
And
Yeah.
the secret to that was they put whiskey on my gums.
Yeah.
So,
Start them off.
Dude.
yeah.
Start him off young.
But then, let's see. Then we had, as a kid, my mom had me in baby beauty pageants. Because I used to be a good-looking baby.
Yeah?
Little Gerber baby.
Yeah. Used to win. I'd win these pageants.
No shit.
I'd probably had to suck off a couple of guys.
I don't think my mom had the same faith in me.
Dude.
Yeah, I didn't compete for anything.
She didn't have to do nothing.
None of that.
She's like, watch Elmo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sat me on the couch.
Dude.
But then then my mom put me in tap ballet and jazz
Really?
when I was maybe 4 and 5.
So you were doing kickball changes and
Yeah.
all the shit.
Well, I
Sick.
remember I was the only boy in the class.
Yeah.
And I remember we had a recital, and one of our tap routines was to Stray Cats.
Yeah.
Stray cats, I'm a stray cat. And I had to wear this gold lame cat outfit.
Yeah.
And then in kindergarten, I was the master of ceremonies at my kindergarten graduation,
Sick.
where they did the whiz. That was the theme. was the whiz.
Yeah.
I'll never forget practices for that. I'm 5, and this big fat girl was dancing with 2 other skinny girls, and they were dancing to the song "Hey Mickey."
Yeah.
You know, oh Mickey,
Yeah.
right. And so they're dancing to that, and this big girl slips and boom, falls
Oh.
on her butt. And I in my child mind, I like the room was like, I'll never forget that.
Jesus Christ.
Or maybe I was the only kid going,
I truly believe that was your experience and yours alone.
what do you mean I'm wrong? Good bit.
I actually, when I was in elementary school, we did the whiz as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was so tiny back then. I was like a munchkin. And we was like doing the electric slide and shit as the munchkins. It's nice.
Isn't it heartbreaking to realize as an adult that the electric slide was about a vibrator?
I don't think I got that.
You didn't hear that?
No.
That like the group that did it came out like maybe 10 years ago. I was like, hey, by the way, the electric slide is about a vibrating dildo.
Yeah, I could.
Electric
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah.
It's electric. It slides. Yeah.
Remember the Macarena?
Yeah.
You know what Macarena means in Spanish.
No.
School
Little
me.
whore in Spanish.
So what's the dance?
Come here.
It's like, give
here,
me my
knuckle
money.
bitch.
You're not gonna give me
So you're. Oh, what?
right. And you turn because the pib slapped.
Yeah.
Well, they even had a there was a Hawaiian punch commercial.
It makes too much sense.
It does. It does actually.
It's bothered me how much sense that made.
It does actually.
There was a Hawaiian punch commercial that used the Macarena.
Yeah.
And already he's like, how about a nice Hawaiian punch? Now they're singing about little whores.
I feel like we missed out on something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
they
did.
didn't have
We
anyone
did.
that spoke Spanish on the crew.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, hey, you know what they're saying?
Dude. Yeah. Dude.
And then elementary school.
Wait. What area were you in? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up southwest Baltimore City, in an area called Lakeland.
Word.
You know Lakeland?
No.
Between Westport and Cherry Hill.
Yes. yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Where no one really owns a bike. You buy a bike and it just.
Yeah. Yeah. It's everyone's bike. It's just not your bike.
But after kindergarten, they put me in the GATE program, Gifted and Talented Education. So
CIA.
What?
CIA.
Yeah, now that's coming out that the GATE program was to train PSYOP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I
Yeah.
don't have any powers. But
No.
then they were also like, hey, were you in the GATE program? And I'm like, yeah. Did you ever almost drown? Yeah. Have you never broken a bone? No. And it's like, oh, okay.
That's
You're
crazy.
PSYOP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys
So
talking
you
about.
don't watch TikTok?
Yeah.
Nope.
Let me tell you, the
Not
other
enough
day,
apparently.
2 weeks ago, I saw an ad on TikTok for a jar of Cajun pickled shrimp. And they came and I've been tearing them up.
Cajun pickled shrimp.
Cajun pickled shrimp.
Interesting.
It's just a
A jar of shrimp.
that's been pickled in Cajun seasoning.
Man, seems like that's a scent that would carry on you all day. Like that's not going anywhere.
I keep every time someone comes over to my house now, I'm like, you guys right.
Yeah.
And then I have a friend. We have a new fill-in in the murder mysteries, which I'll tell you about. But,
Yeah.
I was like, do you want to try these Cajun pickled shrimp? She's like, it sounds disgusting, but I'll try it. I was like, I'll bring you a dime bag. Just,
A dime-
a little bag,
Just-
one shrimp in it.
Jesus,
Dude, I don't know. A dime bag of TikTok shrimp seems risky to me.
that's a new way, man.
After
That's
I ordered it, we were driving to some show, and I was showing Eric Woodworth. I was like, this is what I ordered. And I'm flipping through the pictures, and one of them is just a straight up warning. Warning, this product may contain lead.
the crazy thing is, I know as soon as I open my phone up and go on TikTok,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be the first thing I see.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first thing
It
I
was like,
see.
Yeah.
it wasn't cheap either. It was like $40.
Oh man,
Damn.
But
you
I'm
really
making
wanted those shrimp, man.
Yeah.
I'm making
I respect
secret
it.
second family money. If anybody-
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
I respect it, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
But so they had me in the GATE program from 1st till 5th. And then after that, I go to middle school. Now I'm in Gen Pop. I was with a bunch of the smart autistic kids.
Yeah.
Now I'm released into like the wild.
Yeah.
I just started. I was like, well, I'm just gonna get in fights all the time. I'm not getting along with any of these neurotypicals. Failed the 6th grade. And by the end of the first year of the 6th grade, they had put me in special education. So I was in with like the short bus kids. And then
I had a few of those classes.
Yeah. But then second year in the 6th grade, I was like, well, I'm not staying here. And I applied myself, and then now I was in the advanced classes in 6th grade.
Sure.
But we were going to county school. My mom was using my grandmother's address so that I could go to Arbutus instead of going to Lakeland Middle and stuff like that.
Arbutus.
But then some guy, this guy is a dick. His name's Matt Balbier, which, fuck Matt Balbier.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
Matt Balbier. He snitched and told his mom.
You're not gonna...
You don't
I'm sorry. What's his name again?
Matt Balbier.
Fuck you, Matt Balbier. That's why I didn't want to say it. I was like, that's...
Fuck his name up, dude. Fuck him. Who gives a shit about him? Yeah, fuck you, Matt.
Yeah. Fuck you, Matt Barboa.
He snitched to his mom that I didn't live in the county, that I lived in the city.
Dude.
So then they were like...
What a hater.
Yeah. They were like,
fuck that dude.
All right,
You're trying to fuck up my bro's education, man.
And now
it's
I
not
had
cool.
To go to real Gen Pop, which was Lakeland Middle, Baltimore City Elementary School.
Yeah.
Just put my nose down. In there, I did twice. They had talent shows. And I tried stand up for the first time.
In middle school?
Yeah, at a 7th grade talent show. Where I was going to do some impressions. I had some jokes.
Yeah.
I didn't write them, but there were jokes that I liked and stuff.
Yeah.
And but what fucked me up was they were like, all right, we're going to move on to our next talented little young guy. But before we do that, we have a special guest. The step team from Morgan College is going to perform their step.
Fuck, dude.
This step squad came out fucking doing step and doing backflips. And
yeah,
shit.
Dude, got buried by fucking... you got served.
I was so fucking buried. They fucking dug a hole, threw my funky ass down into this hole, and danced. And like when they put my name,
what was the music? Do you remember any of the songs?
It was probably something by Miss Tony.
Yeah, Kurt Franklin Stomp.
Guns up. Oh, what's the song? Get your guns up.
Yeah.
I see it now. I see it clearly.
Literal backflip. And kids were losing their fucking shit. Matter of fact, when they called my name, the crowd still hadn't finished.
Oh, damn. The host didn't reset the room? Damn, dude.
They just threw me out there. No one paid.
Baltimore City.
Damn, dude.
Fucking dick.
Damn.
They just they were still just wilding out.
Yeah, white boy. Thought you had jokes. Thought you was going to come up here with some jokes, white boy. Watch this shit. Motherfuckers did backflips. Motherfuckers did backflips.
Shoulder checked you?
Stole my Could you imagine that picture of that one white lady from '07 guy? But it's like a middle school. Morgan step team.
Oh, fuck, man.
Girl now.
Fuck, man.
So then the second year, I did a sketch comedy thing with some buddies of mine, where I built props.
Yeah.
Like I built like a foam brick, and I built a breakaway. We did like a fake kung fu thing. And I even remember one of the lines was like, like you break a board over this guy's head, and he goes, "Oh, you've broken my train of thought, my soul." And that didn't go well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was missing the team. Somebody should have came out and danced your ass off.
The Sandman. I go to Apollo Middle. I forgot to tell you guys. So when I was in elementary school, and I guess into middle school, do you remember the California Raisins?
Yeah.
Okay. So the year that, for those of you who don't remember, it was California Raisin Company had a marketing campaign where they made little Motown raisins.
Yep.
and they would sing "Heard It Through the Grapevine," and it was claymation.
And they went fucking platinum.
Yeah, and it sparked a whole claymation revolution.
Yeah.
Like, there was claymation Christmas specials.
Mm-hmm.
So the year after they came out, my mom and our neighbors were going to a Halloween party, and my mom took egg crate foam, right, and made a raisin. It was a turd. She made a fucking egg crate turd, covered it in brown fabric.
Yeah.
And then with a hole cut out in the middle, and her and my neighbors, they put on this raisin, right, wearing black tights, a black long sleeve shirt, white gloves, Converses, like a blue pair of Converse, and then you'd have blue sunglasses.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker: to finish off the raisin look.
It's fucking tough.
I see where this is
They
going.
would paint their faces to match
Yeah, the raisin.
the thing.
Yeah.
So they're basically Motown minstrels at this point.
Right, yeah.
So they go to this Halloween party, and it's a fucking smash hit. Like, this is 1984.
Yeah.
It destroys.
Yeah, blackface was in its prime.
Yeah.
It was actually the new hot thing.
Yeah. So I remember being in school. Now, my elementary school, Harford Heights. There was none of the classrooms had an outer wall that faced the hallway. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it was a rectangle.
Yeah.
And the rooms were divided, but the hallway, you had access that whole wall.
Okay.
There was no
Yeah.
hallway wall, right? Okay. So
the prisoners could escape easily.
yeah. All these spaz kids on Adderall.
Yeah. It was for the adult safety, probably, yeah.
They're like, how big? But they definitely, I remember one time I was in class and I heard, it was like, the announcements came. You're like,
That was good. Fucking announcement.
It was really good.
I was there.
Yeah.
Students, we have special guests that have just come today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for the Baltimore Raisins. And then you start hearing
Doom, 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 doom.
doom, 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 doom. And they start playing Heard Through the PA system. Here comes my mom, my dad, and my neighbors in blackface.
Yeah.
Coming down the hall, like going into each class.
Parading through your school.
Like, oh, no, God, no. And I climbed under my desk at this point. Yeah, because I didn't want to fucking... And they apparently had just won some new other costume contest.
Yeah.
Taking this shit on the road.
Yeah. Fresh off.
They fucking threw me up.
And I call it.
We found our way to monetize the nightmare. So from then on, that became... She made costumes for the kids.
Yeah.
And we would enter these California Raisin lookalike contests.
Dude.
And just destroy the competition because they're wearing fucking trash bags.
Yeah.
And we have foam turd suits.
Dude.
Amazing.
We
Crazy.
went tickets to Wild World, to the Russian circus. That
Crazy.
We went through. And and we even got asked by WQSR, which was a 50s, like they played 50s, 60s, and 70s music.
Yeah.
They were going to be in the Preakness Parade, and they asked us to fucking march with them. In the Preakness.
Hell yeah.
So we did the whole Preakness Parade with them.
Dude.
We got asked by the Skipjacks.
Yeah.
Well, when we used to have our own Major League hockey team, the Skipjacks. It was their mascot's birthday party.
You guys were getting booked. There's people looking for you right now. Like, yo, where are those fucking Baltimore Raisins?
Looking for a
Just got a little routine. Where are they now?
Where are those Baltimore Raisins?
We got to go to the Skipjacks game, and they put us down in like the basement where there were other mascots. There was one of the guys from the Great Space Coaster, which if you remember that show, he was there. There was a big bird there. There were all the, like, I think an Oriole bird. And at halftime, they had all of us come out and like dance around for the Skipjacks mascot's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had gotten a taste of fame as a young minstrel.
Yeah.
I just see some white kid washing his face. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck these raisins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, man.
Send us pictures so we can like put it in right here.
Yeah.
When my mom dies, I know I'm going to be cleaning up so much shit. Just find
The whole
all this
race.
stuff,
Yeah.
our merch.
Memorabilia, bobbleheads.
Baltimore Raisins Christmas. Celine Dion.
The ad that was in the Sunday paper.
Yeah, the calendar.
There's definitely, they were at Herondale Mall when it first started, and I refused to. I was like, I'm not wearing that. I'm not dancing out. And it was like my two neighbors and their kid, and then my sister, and my parents, and our two other neighbors. So a whole gaggle of people
Of raisins, yeah.
And they're filming us, and they were like, "Hey, say, wave hi to the camera," and I'm over there going, "I do not know these people. I am not with these people."
Yeah. What made you change? What made you put the costume on?
I wanted that pussy.
You saw the pussy they were getting. Yeah.
This Motown.
Some of this raisin pussy, dude. Some of these grapes.
Someone said I could fuck the little robot girl from Small So we, yeah, so that happened, and then in middle school, it sort of carried over into that, and then my dad he bought a classic car, a 1959 Chevy Bel Air Impala, that we rebuilt over a summer, and then he and our two neighbors, they also bought old classic cars, and then they started a car club.
Oh, yeah.
And then that car club got to be really fucking big
Yeah.
in the area, the street survivors. So as a kid, I was always immersed. I was immersed in like 50s culture, which I'm surprised you're allowed to sit on this couch with.
God damn it, Tom. You're supposed to be on that side.
Which my dad.
It's not the 50s anymore.
I was dating a girl, and we went to one of these car shows, and I definitely got a blowjob in the backseat of a '59 Chevy Bel Air.
Dude.
As like a 16-year-old kid.
Felt like old times.
Yeah, I was like, just skibbity doo.
Yeah.
Start doing the hand jive.
My father's father had this experience.
So from then I went into high school. Now in middle school, like they were like, look, you got to find a high school. But if you don't find a high school, you go to Southwestern, which was the magnet school, where if you didn't get into any other school, you went to Southwestern. And we used to joke saying Southwestern school color was Kevlar.
Yeah.
In track, you could letter in bullet dye.
Yeah.
And this was like maybe 6 years before Columbine.
Yeah. So it was a safe place.
No. Because it was also, that was right around
No,
the
it
time
wasn't.
when they eliminated another school in the district. And so that school had to combine with Southwestern. And there were rival gangs that now went to school together. Like, it was a fucking terrifying place. And they tried to get me into School of the Arts for acting and drawing. And that I put all my eggs in that basket that I was like, yeah, I'll just get in school.
Did you show them the raisin tape?
No. That's what it was. They were like, "Can you explain it?" It's expressionism. I didn't get into School of the Arts, and so I had to go to Southwestern.
Damn, dude.
And I remember my dad saying during the orientation, he was like, "Hey, look, on your first day, you find the biggest motherfucking kid.
It's just, yeah, like,
You make him your best friend."
you make him your best friend.
Yeah, and I did, but that kid was this fucking D&D dork.
Yeah.
And like I always had to fight people that were trying to beat him up. But yeah, like our first year of school.
Is that why I had so many nerds running up to me in school?
Probably.
Yeah, they thought, yeah.
Thought-
Hey, you like dice?
yeah, they thought I was protection.
Pardon me, Andre.
Excuse me, sir. Protect me, please. Nah, man.
But we had, I remember one year, it was during our first week, we had to take MTA buses. So, end of the day, we're getting out. We're about to get on the bus, and we're block. Like someone was shooting, right? People start screaming. They run to get on their buses.
I thought it was Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Blocka. Yeah. But it was gunfire.
Pew pew. So people are screaming. They get on the buses and stuff. The school bus driver is trying to close the doors so he can take off, right?
Yeah.
And the front door closed, but that back door was staying open.
Always open.
And he was telling us, everybody get the fuck down, get on the ground. So we got on the ground, right? And this big motherfucker in the back, he stands up and he was like, motherfucker, don't fucking get on the ground. Stand the fuck up. They ain't no little bitches, right? And the bus driver's like, these windows are not bulletproof. Like, everybody, get your head. It's real low. And then he jumped over everybody and closed the doors, and we took off because apparently some rival gang, there was someone on our bus that some rival gang knew that they had just gotten out of school and was coming to fucking kill him. And that set the tone for the rest of the time in Southwest.
Damn, dude.
Jeez. You did all 4 years?
I did all 4 years.
God damn time.
Hard time.
It wasn't
Hard
until
time,
like, but
indeed.
in there I was also in the accelerated classes.
Yeah.
So I was taking 2 maths and 2 sciences a year, and then my second year I had to drop ROTC so I could because I only got 1 elective, so I had to drop ROTC so I could take art, and I had to tell Colonel Cummings. I'd go into his office and be like, because I also got moved up from my first year in ROTC. I got moved up from LET1. I was eating paper, chewing on paper in class.
But why were you doing that?
Because I was bored. I needed stimulation, so I was chewing on the brown paper from my fucking lunch bag.
There was a kid that I went to school with that would eat paper. Like, the teacher would be passing out tests, and he would get his fresh test and just eat it in front, look her in the eyes and eat it, and then be like, have another one? It's like, no. You can't have another one.
Off me just to chew on it.
What's scary is like, it's like either he's really smart or really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Fucking sitting there eating paper.
I don't know,
My
dude.
mic on? Did I hit it? I don't know which door.
Yeah.
Has my mic been on this whole time? It's probably been. Yeah, it's been on. Okay.
Yeah. As long as
It's like no started.
yeah. Let's take it from the top.
Do it in reverse, man.
So, but I was chewing on a brown paper from my paper bag, and First Sergeant Akers was in class, and he saw me chewing. He was like, "What are you chewing on?" And I was like, "It's just paper. I'm just chewing on paper." He's like, "Why are you chewing on paper?" And I was like, "Just something to do." And he was like, "Get up in front of the class." And I was like, "Okay." So he made me stand, and then he started grilling me about like, "What school you come from?" And then like he finally, at the end of all of it, he was like, "You know what? I knew a guy that chewed paper, and he was really smart. You go over on the side. I'm moving you up to leadership education training too, because I was chewing on paper."
Oh, shit.
So then I got in, and it was all seniors, the higher ups. In
You hear that, kids? Fucking chew on some
you better
paper.
chew some fucking paper, kids.
Chew some paper.
I ate a lot of paper.
You're one of the smartest guys that I know.
Nobody gave
It's called white privilege.
I ate plenty of goddamn paper.
Oh, did you put paste on it?
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Paste nachos. But all the higher ups and all the higher ranks were all seniors.
Yeah.
And I was like a freshman.
Yeah.
And so that summer I went to military summer camp. And then when I came back,
What was that like?
it definitely made me not want to go into the army.
Just everyone fucking tossing their guns real high, catching them.
No, so it was like summer. I've been to summer camp before, but
Just
this one,
gloves
like,
and shit?
you had to make your bed, and like you got to shoot guns,
Yeah.
and do like learn how to tie ropes. But then when it was just us, like the kids on their own accord,
Fucking Lord of the Flies.
then it's like if first sergeant was if you had a beef with somebody, he would put you two in the bathroom, like work it out.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to just fucking fight somebody.
The YouTube videos you guys could have had.
We gotta work this shit out.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we came back. When I came back, Colonel Cummings was like, Miss, my real name, Sinbazo is a stage name, which I'll get into that. But he was like, Mr. Lear, he was like, you're my only higher up. What rank do you want to be this next coming year? And I was like, battalion commander, which was like the highest position. And he was like, done. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Oh, you got motherfuckers got to listen to me.
Yeah.
And then when I found out,
Because he ate paper.
Because he ate paper, dude.
Yeah,
insane.
This is like a Forrest Gump type thing.
What rank should I be?
Yeah, I don't know. Why are you eating paper? I don't know. It's something to chew.
Yeah, dude.
The top right.
Can I be president?
That's crazy. You're coming. So you're fresh off tour from being a raisin, a child in blackface.
Yeah.
To one of the highest ranking members of the child military.
Yes, of being a child soldier.
That was pulled.
I got to
that
meet
was
Nixon.
pulled out of a very violent school. You can't gloss over that part.
And that's what we're saying, dude. Gate is clearly the CIA.
Yeah, a psyops.
So-
If I had to, just like chew paper. But then I had to tell him when I wanted an art class, I had to drop it. So he had no higher ups.
Yeah.
So I took art, and then I found out when this art class they were taking, it was stuff that I had all done as a kid, because my parents always had me in art classes on weekends.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, yeah, I know, I've done all of
done all
this.
this shit.
And he was like, all right, well, I'm going to move you to the advanced art class. So then I was in advanced art class. And then since Southwestern was like a prison, literally, there was only one way in and one way out. Every other exit had chains on the door. At lunchtime, it was the fucking yard. And I once I got into one fight in there, I stopped going to lunch. I started going to art. So I would spend my art period there, which I would finish all my lessons. And then he'd be like, what do you want to work on? And I'm like,
Well, that's why you were eating paper, dude. You were skipping lunch. You were hungry.
I was like, I want to do stop motion animation. He'd be like, all right, you can do stop motion animation. And then I got to make my own curriculum
Back
for
to
art.
Thinking about the raisins, dude. He was trying to get to the good old days.
Remember? Hey, you guys ever see this? What about now? Remember me? Oh shit, it's the blue raisin.
Oh shit.
And then what was it? It was senior year. I decided I wanted to do acting. I wanted to wrestle and I wanted to do acting. My mom was like, well, you can choose one or the other. I'm like, all right.
Tell that to John Cena, dude.
Yeah. So I chose acting. I joined the drama club, and we did a play in the auditorium. Everybody's fucking there, and I get up to my big monologue, and then here comes over the PA. "Ooh, good evening, students. Afternoon announcements." And then when he was finished, I was like, "God, is that you?" Right? Just crushed. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, he said it was God." And then I got to be known as that crazy white boy, which that's a very high honor
That is,
in an
yeah.
all-black school.
Yeah.
So graduated, then went to my parents separated. Okay, backing up. My sister, when she started in high school, she was always the one that wanted to be older than she was, like ran in with a rougher crowd and everything. She started sneaking out. Then when she was 14, ran away from home for 2 weeks. And
For 2 weeks?
For 2 weeks.
That's a long time.
And we had
dude.
heard stories that she was out in Ocean City at like
Dude.
14 years old. And to make sure they couldn't follow her, she had braces. And fucking before she ran off, fucking took pliers and ripped the braces off.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah. So she fucking goes out, apparently smoked crack while she was out there doing shit.
damn.
Comes back.
Coming off those raisin days, dude. First
Yeah,
it was
man.
about performing, then it was about drugs. But, like,
Got into that raisin life. Yeah. So, but she ended up spending her formative years in and out of juvenile detention facilities, drug treatment things, just trying to trace that raisin high, man.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I just see
dude.
some person in a raggedy raisin. Just trying their best to make a few more.
Hey, baby. She's at a fucking strip club, taking up this turd costume. I'll suck your dick in the green room.
It's fucking ridiculous.
You want to taste these sour grapes?
oh, fuck.
Man.
So during that, like I said, my sister's formative years, in and out, juvenile detention facilities, foster care. Like she was even in the foster. It was like I don't understand that. I was like,
Fuck,
'cause you
dude.
have a family,
Right.
We're right here.
Yeah. But so that put a strain on my parents because my mom was always like, no, she needs our support. She's
Yeah.
having a problem. And my dad was like, no, tough love. If you're out all night and you were supposed to do the dishes, you come home and the dishes are on your bed. And you can't go to bed until you do the dishes. And though that, I'm not saying it was the 100% cause, but it definitely didn't help the marriage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they end up separating just as I need financial aid.
Damn.
And so I couldn't really get financial aid to go to, because that summer I went to York, PA. I took classes at the Bradley Academy Visual Arts College in York, PA. And they wanted me to come there in the fall, but I couldn't get financial aid because my parents had just separated. And it was this weird time where it's like, well, their income is still combined, but separately. So I ended up going to Catonsville Community College, where I became a DJ at the radio station there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's also where I met the now, when I say radio station, it just had two big speakers that sat out in the quad. Their equipment had fried the antenna, and they couldn't broadcast anymore.
Yeah.
But I had a radio show, and then, I had a speaker show.
Yeah. You were a DJ.
I was a DJ, basically. But they had, and then in the building in the quad that this was in, upstairs was the Medieval Fantasy Society. So it was a bunch of dorks and nerds that would play board games and D&D, which, I played D&D all high school because I found the biggest D&D nerd.
Right.
And
it's a secret society. It's like everyone knows. They just don't want to go up there.
but that's where I met Dorian Gray.
Oh, word.
Gray. I met Violet through the Medieval Fantasy Society.
Wow.
And the general manager of the radio station was C.J. Burney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, they're Baltimore comedians. CJ's dead. R.I.P. CJ.
CJ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He died of COVID.
Really?
His last Facebook post was, "Hey, I don't feel too good." That's 100% true. 100% true. And then he was dead. Now, I love CJ, but that was a big motherfucker. He was a big boy.
He was a big boy.
He was a big boy. We did a show once in Southern Maryland, and he opened. I think what's his name? Kiss My Bumper. Who's that guy?
Howard G.
Howard G was the headliner, and I was opening. So CJ goes up, does his time, then brings me up, and I told the crowd, I was like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for CJ Burney. He didn't even need this show. He doesn't need the money. He's got all the residuals from those Mucinex ads. And the crowd laughed for so long that I felt bad that I said it. And then afterwards, he brings me down. Then we rode there together. But we're in the hallway out, where he was like, "Man, you called me a booger."
Oh, fuck, man.
So while I'm there, I end up, I enroll in plays there. And I do 2 plays there, which I ended up doing a play with Dorian.
Sick.
Who was Dorian at the time. Now, this also leads in, for those who don't know, Dorian is an amazing, super funny, and clean comedian. And
I never paid that any attention.
What?
I never paid that any attention.
Yeah.
She is clean.
Yeah.
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 Didn't.
Well, so when Dorian is not female presenting, you can call him he. When Dorian is Violet, then it's she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
But
fucking
yeah,
funny.
but they're
They're
dope.
fucking
They're a
hilarious.
very dope comedian, and I mean, just a dope artist. Like I've seen Dorian freestyle. Like crazy.
He'll do live streams where he'll just tell the chat to give him a word, and he'll just freestyle with that word.
Got bars.
But so he was the one that, and he had seen me at a party in Catonsville where I had a harmonica and I was doing a blues riff with the refrain. Like I would make fun of the room. I was roasting the room. Like, this guy's shirt's green. You come at the frog or a piece of shit. That. And I would end with but that's okay, because I'm not gay. And Dorian was at that party, and Dorian actually told me years later. He said that was the moment that I knew I was going to work. I was like, I'm going to work with that guy one day.
Yeah.
And
that was the moment.
That was the moment,
dude. If he would have seen you with the raisins, dude.
One day. Hey, you see that racist piece of shit? I'll never work with him.
Oh,
God
shit,
damn
man.
it.
But so I do a couple plays, and one of the plays I did was The Crucible. And Dorian played Tituba, the black slave woman.
Yeah.
And it wasn't my first time seeing Dorian in drag. Because the first time I saw Dorian in drag, the medieval fantasy guys, they were like, yeah, we're going to go to Balticon, which is this fantasy convention in Baltimore. And I was like, okay, I'll go. And so I went, and I wasn't wearing my glasses, right? And I look over, and I see all my college friends talking to this hot black chick.
Yeah.
And I was like, I better go save that girl.
Why,
And walk over, and I was like, hey. And he was like, oh, hey, Tommy. And I was like, oh, hey, Dorian. Oh, God. Because he does make an attractive woman. And then we would LARP. We LARP together doing live action role play.
Yeah.
And sometimes he would be Onyx. But other times, like he was one camp out adventure. He was the princess we had to fucking rescue.
Hell yeah.
Which would have made Mario Brothers weird.
Thank you, Mario. You've done it. Now, get some of these sweet cakes.
God damn it. Shout out to Violet, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so then, matter of fact, while we were doing Crucible, he was like, hey, I'm starting to do these improv classes. You should come do improv. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I liked Whose Line Is It Anyway, right? So I start doing improv with Dorian. I go and try out at Winchester's in Baltimore. And it was Dorian and maybe 6 other guys that were this improv troupe called Mob TV. And I took to improv really well. So I kept doing that, and I did that for maybe a year with Dorian. And then Dorian was like, hey, I'm going to start doing stand-up comedy now if you want to go. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay here. But my whole life I've wanted to do comedy.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school.
It was the step team that you got.
Yeah, that did put a little...
Oh, never again.
Hey, I want to be a step team. Hey, I'll tell you what, though. Stomp the Yard, I cried. I cried. You know why I cried? Thinking about who that poor little white kid had to go up after him. Poor little 8-year-old had to tell jokes and do impressions of a science
his girlfriend.
Read any good books lately?
Hey, cool down the room, man. Cool it down.
People in the back still fucking.
Yeah. When am I going to get up there and first be like, oh, they're a musical people? I come up, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop.
Oh, fuck, man.
I'm just like, fuck it, play the music. But so Dorian says he's going to start doing stand-up.
Yeah.
So he goes out and starts doing stand-up, and I stayed with this improv troupe. I was in that troupe for 8 years. And we got to a point, like I went to Chicago Improv Festival and took classes from...
You were deep in it.
Second City and Comedy Sports. Came back, and I was like, improv is life.
Yeah.
Improv, yeah! And then we started... they started writing. Local television station, public access, said, hey, we'll give you an hour block in Baltimore. And so they decide to write a hour-long program called Apocalypse Soon. And we started filming stuff for that. We stopped doing improv. We started filming this Apocalypse Soon, where I'm building props. I'm fucking, I played a gay postman. And we aired it, and it was horrible. But then that got them in the mindset of doing sketch comedy. So we would write sketches. And then we got stage space at...
Did you guys try and improv a movie?
No. You
wrote it?
It was written.
Okay.
It was written. There was room for improv bits, but it was written. But then in Brooklyn Park area, I think it's called the Cat. There's this creative performance space out there that would give us a weekend of stage time. So we decided to do our sketch comedy, but then it was so awkward turning off the lights to strike the set to bring up for the next thing that we're like, okay, next one we're going to film segments. We're going to film an overarching story in between. So we started filming these sketches. then we became a short film troupe, and we were knocking out a short film a month.
Sick.
For like 2 years until we finally got to a point where I was like, because as a kid, in elementary school, they said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I loved dinosaurs, right? But I couldn't spell paleontology, but I could spell stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So ever since I was a kid in the first grade, I wanted to do stand-up.
Yeah.
And when they were filming these movies, I was like, I'm so far away from what I wanted to do. So then I called up Dorian and I was like, all right, I want to start doing stand-up.
Word.
And he was like, okay. He came over and we worked on my first 5 minutes. And then I started going, there was an open mic at Damon's in Hunt Valley, which is now the Green Turtle. And T. Brad Hudson ran a room called Drink Till We're Funny.
Is T-Bread still alive?
Yeah. He got divorced though.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
But he's
T-Bread.
living like in North Carolina or something.
Good for you, buddy.
He's got a daughter too.
Hell yeah.
But so T. Brad Hudson had a thing. We started. I would go every Sunday night. That's when I would go and try out my new 5 minutes or whatever. That's where I met Brian Preston.
What year would you say this was?
08, 07. Met Brian Preston, other names like Jay Zek, who Jay Zek is starting. Do you remember Jay Zek?
Yeah.
I do remember Jay.
Jay's starting. He's come. His daughter's old enough; they can go out now. So yeah. So Jay's doing rooms again. Sonny Fuller, which Sonny moved up to Aberdeen, bought a fixer-upper in Aberdeen, and just doesn't do comedy anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, he's got to fix it
yeah.
until it's an upper.
And then names like Justin Schlegel and all those other guys met, a bunch of comics and just kept doing open mics and kept trying to do the Magooby's New Talent. I finally won the Magooby's New Talent on my 6th time doing it.
Hell yeah.
Where that point I was like, I'm just gonna bring as many people. I'm calling in every favor.
You packed the room.
Yeah, just pack the room.
Damn,
and
dude.
that was back when it was in the basement of the Bowman. And when I first started, I read
Sully's.
yeah.
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 But I read Steve Martin's autobiography, Born Standing Up. And I also read Judy Carter's Comedy Bible and there's another book, I can't remember the name of the author, but it's called The Comics Insight. Comics Insight lets you watch a comedian's set and break down their process so that you could do jokes in that format. It helps you find your own voice. Judy Carter's book, they even say in it, take from this what you want, but if you take every lesson from that, you'll become an observational comic. But it definitely tells you things like write every day, write for at least 10 minutes, maybe even as soon as you get up. Write for it just gets your brain into a writing mood. Always carry something to write with so that you can write things down. Find your F zone, which is find when you're at your funniest, and that's when you should write.
Interesting.
Which they even say in there, some comics, their F zone is cocaine. And I mean, you watch the
What?
first
It's
season,
in the book.
Watch the first season of Mork and Mindy, and you're like, oh, cocaine is awesome. Which I heard a thing that they said that somebody said the most coked up film set they've ever worked on was Popeye. That Robin Williams movie, Popeye, from 1983 or whatever. Because that's at the height of Robin Williams just
dude.
doing 8 balls.
Yeah.
Yummy.
They even had to invent a new way of filming sitcoms because he was coked up. Because usually it was 2 stagnant cameras.
Yeah.
Right, 2 stationary cameras.
But Robin yacked out of his mind, dude.
So much that they added a 3rd floating camera just to follow him around.
Oh, wow.
And that
Yeah,
became
dude.
the new industry standard, was
Yeah.
cocaine.
Wow.
Yeah. Cocaine, dude.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They didn't tell him to stop doing cocaine. They were
Yeah.
like, we need to invent something
Yeah.
to capture this.
This guy's
magic.
all over the place.
Dude.
But I had read in Steve Martin's book, he says in his act, he at the time was doing everything he knew how to do. He was playing banjo. He was doing bits. He was doing magic. All this stuff that he knew how to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to do everything I know how to do in my set. At the time, just to hide my set list, I had bought a sweat band type material, and NFL playmaker.
Like, for a quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback. And I would have my set list on my index card, and I put it in there. But then I was like, okay, I need to hide the fact that I'm wearing this, so I need an outfit that's more outrageous than this. So I would wear plaid punk pants, and I had them in all different colors. I had blue pair, yellow pair, green pair, red pair. And then I would wear a shirt that had colors that were like a black T-shirt that would
Why
tie
did you
into
have
the
them in
colors.
all different colors?
So I didn't have to wear the same thing. I could.
Variety.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You was in them same stank ass blue shorts yesterday.
But you bought them for the act? Or
Yeah. So they were a tax deduction.
Okay.
And then I would wear a bandana that would tie in with the color.
Okay.
And then I wore a bowler cap. I don't know why. I always like bowler caps.
Yeah.
And then I had one bit. And one bit that I would carry a conga drum out on stage, and I always had this conga drum. And do you remember me when I had my conga drum? Yeah. Or I would, just to get the crowd to get into it, I get everybody clapping, and then I would play Doo Doo Brown on the conga drum. And then I'd be like doom 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 doom. Doo-Doo Brown. And then I would take off the bongo drum. We're like, all right, that's
great.
it for that. But by the end of my run with that conga drum, I had rigged it where I could put one of those party poppers you pull and like confetti shoots out?
Yeah.
I made a mount inside so I could pull a string and it would shoot confetti out of the bottom, which I did once.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that drum was such a crutch that if I went to go see anybody else's show and they're like, hey man, do you want to do a guest set? And I'm like, I don't have my drum. Can't do it, man.
Damn, dude.
And then when I won the Magooby's New Talent, Andrew had told me, he was like, look, as an MC, you need to be a high energy clown. You were there to get people prepared. Like, you're not there to crush. You're just there to get the crowd energy up.
Now comedy is a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
He's like, happy to have you here, but leave that fucking drum at home.
Yeah. But I found out that me dressing like a fucking clown was something that the crowd had to get over before they could make a connection with me, before my set even would. So it was when I stopped dressing like that is when my act started to take off. And then I was counting the times. Instead of counting the times that I did well, I could then count the times that I didn't do well. And then leaning more into my 8 years of improv background and keeping my set very loose to where my set list is just topics. And watching guys like Sonny Fuller and Jay Zek. Sonny Fuller, I learned that because High Tops was a fucking rib joint sports bar, and you're there on a Sunday. And a lot of times the crowd would not be engaged.
Right.
So what Sonny would do is he would go out and do crowd work to get the crowd engaged and then pull them back into his set and do his material. And so I learned to do that where if I have a joke about relationships, that's where you do crowd work, where you're like, hey, are you two a couple? How long you been together? See if you can milk them for fun material. Yeah. And then you have a joke where if it goes off the rails or it's not fun anymore, you can pull the ripcord, launch into your joke, and then you have a safe landing.
Yeah, somebody said jokes are for when you run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I always say know your material, know your set, but don't be married to it.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely times where the crowd doesn't want your prepared material, no matter how many times you do it. And then you got to play on a piano. And
I've had my moments.
Red House Tavern.
I've had my moments. Every time I've played a drum, I get reminded, any kind of instrument, I get reminded of it constantly.
Yeah.
So that particular thing, obviously, I get reminded of. Another time, me and you played. I was riffing with you. I was playing fucking drums on stage.
We're at Red House Tavern.
Somewhere, yeah.
And you were playing the drums for my lotion closer, which I don't do anymore. But he was like, dum, 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 dum. And it almost made me talk like down from the mountain.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we did that, I was like, wow, that was a powerful set. Music adds to that.
It did.
So then from doing that, doing comedy, then I rose through like the bar scene and everything, and I'd done some comedy festivals. Joe Robinson and Rob Mayer, which you guys know Rob and Joe. Apparently, Joe Robinson went to a murder mystery in D.C. and saw it, thought it sucked, and was like, I could do better than this. So he and Rob then wrote a comedy murder mystery. And then I think it might have been Rob reached out and was like, hey, man, we're going to try to do this comedy murder mystery thing. Do you want to try? You want a part? And I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. I didn't have anything else. I was like, oh, man, Rob Mayer is calling me. So I agreed to do it. And then they got like a couple other comics, and we performed our first one at the Comedy Factory. And or was it? No, we were supposed to perform the Comedy Factory. They wanted to move us to the ballroom, and then we went to Magooby's. No. I don't know. I forget where we performed it first, but it was a damn near sellout. And we do this murder mystery, and it was so successful that they were like, hey, let's keep doing this. So we would do, and in the beginnings, we were doing horrible venues. Like we would do right next to La Fontaine Bleu, which is that fucking dinner hall or whatever.
Yeah, Glen Burnie.
There's like La Fontaine Grill, and it's a like a restaurant next to, and we performed in this restaurant, and that was absolutely fucking horrible.
There's not a lot of space in there.
Yeah, and then we've done some of Irwin's rooms, like we did this riverboat. The Riverboat Casino. No, we haven't. Port's too small for it because now it's pretty big. But now we're on our
not the Port downtown. Port Deposit, Maryland.
Yeah.
Oh, up at the Susky.
Yeah, where Irv used to have those fucking rooms that way
Yeah,
out.
I've done the Susky. I used to have this bit. No, it was my opening bit that I used to do about intro music and stuff. And at the end of it, I would say that like if men had to go to a gynecologist, first off, you'd be scared shitless because you're wearing a paper robe and you're in this position. Yeah. And then like you'd just be shaking like one of those dogs in that Sarah McLachlan commercial, like in the arms of the angels. And then the lights would go out. Then music would start up like, and then the announcer would be like, ladies and gentlemen, now entering the examination room, graduate of Johns Hopkins University, weighing 250 pounds, give it up for Freddie Finger Bang Goldstein. Yeah. And he'd come out like Triple H, like, I won't go down without a fight. And I would drink water and then like spit it, right? Yeah. And I did that at the Susky, but it was such a small stage that they literally had the front row of tables were touching it. And I spit, and then you see all this come down on people's prime rib dinners. And they demanded their money back.
Sure they did.
And then Bill was like, you spit on their food. And he said that Port Deposit's such a small town that like he paid them. He was like, I'm sorry. He like paid them for their food, comped their meal. And then Bill said, he was like, next time I saw him, he was like, 2 weeks later, I was getting a haircut. And the guy fucking walks by the window and sees me getting a haircut and comes in to bitch at me again about you
that guy spit my food.
But he was like, fuck those guys. So, but we start doing, and
that's fucking crazy.
That is kind of crazy.
He book you anymore after that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He would book me. Bill always liked me.
Yeah.
But so we ended up doing, we're 10 years later, we're still doing murder mysteries. And we, in 2016, Rob had just come back. Rob Mayer will do these USO tours with Armed Forces Entertainment, right? And he pitched this murder mystery to one of the guys that book entertainment for one of the bases in Jordan. So Rob was like, hey, do you want to do a long weekend in Jordan? And I was like, the country, Jordan? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So we went over there and we did. Sorry, I have to take a shot. I'm an alcoholic and it's my 4:30. Take your shot. But so he ended up, we go over there. It was me, Eric Woodworth, Sean Gabbert, and Rob Mayer. And we go to Amman, Jordan, which is the capital of Jordan, right?
As you know.
And we stayed on a Jordanian air base, and we did a 3-night thing where the first night we did a funniest person on base contest, where all the soldiers could come out and they get to try out comedy.
Sick.
And then we picked whoever, we picked who the funniest was. The next night, the person who won that got to open for us when we would do stand-up. And then on the night after that, we grabbed everyone that signed up for it. And we're like, okay, well, you're going to have a part in this murder mystery. So we did the comedy murder mystery, a 3-night thing. And then, what was it, 2 years after that, Rob was like, hey, okay, this had been 2014. And then in 2016, he was like, hey, they want us to do a 2-week tour of the Middle East.
Hell yeah.
So we went with me, Eric Woodworth, Rob Mayer, and this comic, what is his name? Patrick Melton. And we go and we did Kuwait, Bahrain, Djibouti, Isle of Emirates, and I don't know, some other one. They all blurred together, but and we had a really great fucking time.
Yeah.
Like the first time we went to Jordan, we went to the Dead Sea.
Yeah.
And we got to like hang out in the Dead Sea, which like the locals were there like taking salt mud and like rubbing it all over themselves and stuff. I'm like, why are they doing that? He was like, oh, the minerals in the salt's good for your skin.
Yeah.
Right? So then I do it on my face, Eric do it, and then they took a picture of us, and that's a picture I can never show anybody. Because I was like, fuck.
We got
I was like, hey, look, I'm a raisin.
Back again.
Yeah.
So, but we were definitely there when we're in the Red Sea. Sean Gabbert gets into it, and he was like, oh, God, my fucking asshole is on fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? What's wrong with your asshole, right? And he was like, oh, I have hemorrhoids. And I was like, oh.
Dude,
Like,
the salt.
yeah, I was like, I guess that means that I don't have hemorrhoids. So that night we're doing stand up, and Sean goes out there in front of all the soldiers, and he didn't talk about his asshole.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, well, that's a missed opportunity. So I go up and I'm like, we went to the Dead Sea. We get in the water, and Sean's like, oh, my asshole. And he's on the side going, I told you that confidence. What the fuck?
That was very fun.
But then, yeah, we went. We went over, and then when we were in Bahrain, they had. They would put us up in these 5-star Middle Eastern like fucking resorts.
Yeah.
And the one time we're in Bahrain, and we go down to walk all through this labyrinth of a building to get down to this grotto bar that they have, where like there's like a water feature and stuff, and there was this Mexican, all like 5-piece Mexican women band that are playing, right? And one of them has a saxophone, right? And so in between songs, we kept going, play Careless Whisper. Hey, play Careless Whisper. That. And they were like, and so we're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So then the next night we go back to this bar, and we go down into the grotto, and the girls are there, right?
Yeah.
And when they see us come in, the one goes, hey, go, and she runs off stage and comes back with her saxophone, and fucking the next song. We're like, fuck yes, yes.
They stayed up all night.
Yeah, and then we met some guy that was like, he was dressed in like the full, like had the turban and everything.
Yeah.
And his friend was like, hey, my brother is my friend here is a prince. And we're like, oh, you're a prince? He was like, yes, my friends, I'm a prince. So we're drinking shots with this prince, and then the girls after their set, they came over and they're like, yeah, we're from Mexico. We're like, oh, we're from America.
Yeah.
We're like neighbors.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like the next day that Eric was looking up that prince. I was like, hey, that guy's not a fucking prince. Like, it says here, because he saw him in a picture of his friend, and he's like, he's in tech support. He here he is. He just goes to these bars and tells people he's a prince.
Dude. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not,
If it
dude?
works for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's buying the shots? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We also did. Let's see. We did that. We did.
I think I saw you the first time that you came back from Bahrain, maybe.
Yeah.
And you had a piece of the Tree of Life.
Yeah. I was giving out pieces of the Tree of Life.
Yeah, and you were holding it, And I said, "What is that?" And you dropped it in my hand, and
You're so
Yeah.
and you said, "It's the tree of life. Anyone who touches it gets reincarnated."
Yeah, when you die, you get reborn in Bahrain.
Yeah.
You're like,
Fuck, Tommy.
I'm like, but they have a Bennigan. They have a Bennigan. They have an area called Little America. Like how we have like Little Italy, and on it they have the last remaining Bennigans. It's in Bahrain, and they also have the soldiers told us they also have a Chuck E. Cheese that still has an animatronic band,
shit.
but
Oh,
it sings
shit.
in Arabic.
Which is
So you're
actually
there for
kind
your
of cool.
birthday, and they're like,
It's actually better.
I would like to see that.
That's dope,
That'd be the
actually.
scariest
Yeah,
one.
that's dope, actually.
5 nights at Fallujah's.
Why are there sand in these balls?
But we went when we were over there. It was there was a government shutdown, and when the government shuts down, that means the cable bill doesn't get paid to our overseas bases. And it was the Ravens were in the playoffs. So when we land in. Where was that one? Kuwait. When we land in Kuwait, Patrick Melton already has Tinder pulled up, right? And he's swiping right on these Kuwaiti women. Right?
Yeah.
And he finds this woman named Dee who has vitiligo, which a calico human looks fucking awesome, right? And he hooks up with her. She comes to his room and she's like, but hey, look, she was like, look, you can't meet me in the lobby. You just have to tell me and I'll get by and get. And he was like, why? And he was like, because they can't know I'm there just to fuck you.
Yeah.
He was like, why? What'll happen?
They'll
And she was
murder
like, they'll call the police. The police will come and arrest us.
Yeah.
They will take us to the police station and force us to get married.
Oh shit.
And he was like, oh. And we're there 6 months after the women just got the right to drive.
Hell yeah.
But you still can't drive with men that aren't immediate family members and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a dry country. There's no alcohol or liquor except on the military base.
Shit.
Which they have because of the military base, there's a Kuwaiti distillery that only makes beer for
military.
Yeah, and it's like 6% alcohol.
Shit.
Which the soldiers, you're only allowed to get 2 beers. But since we're not soldiers, we could get as many as they want. So soldiers be like, hey man, can you give me another beer? You're like, all right. So we get there and we're telling her, we were like, fuck, man, I want to see the Ravens play, but, Trump didn't pay the cable bill.
Yeah.
So, and Patrick told Dee that, and Dee was like, oh, you want to see, I know a place where they're playing it on a rooftop in Kuwait City. And so we're all like, is it safe? Like, do you guys like Americans?
Yeah, dude.
He's like, oh yeah, you saved us from Saddam Hussein. Kuwaitis love Americans.
Word.
And I was like, okay. So
I didn't realize they like the Ravens.
well, so what happens is she comes and picks us up, and we just have to go out to the parking lot where her car is, right? And we get in her car. Now she has 4 men that are not her immediate family getting into her car that she just got the right to drive 6 months ago, right? And we get in, and she's like, "Hey, reach under my seat," and I reach under her seat, and there is a plastic jug of strawberry vodka.
Oh shit!
Right, and she was like, "Yeah, I paid my friend $300 to get that." And it was a misprint. The perforation ring didn't have holes in it, so we kind of had to like break this out. And she was like, "Go ahead and take some drinks." So as we're driving, she's speeding, weaving through traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
We're fucking chugging this. So we're basically super villains in Kuwait at this point, right?
We're breaking the law.
I got my head out the window.
Let's break all of them. Yeah, just let's break all of them.
We're here now. Fuck it.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, keep the car running. I'm gonna rob this bank real quick."
You want to watch the Ravens, right?
She comes out. Yeah. Hey, reach under my seat. Pull that head of the infidel on. So, but she drives us into Kuwait City. We park. We go into this building, which there's in most of these Middle Eastern places, you will see buildings that have at the top of these concrete structures have pillars intended for a next floor, but that's it. They just finished, and the reason is there's this insurance loophole that as long as you can say your building is still under construction, that your insurance rates are much cheaper on your buildings. So most of these buildings have pillars, but like nothing on them. So she takes us into this building that we go all the way upstairs to the top floor, where there's an inflatable screen set up and a projector that's playing the game.
Yeah.
And it's a bunch of American contractors that are wearing like football jerseys and stuff.
Word.
Yeah, and we're all sitting there, and there's no beers, but there's like sodas, and they were like free food, and it was pizza, like I think it was like Pizza Hut pizza and stuff.
Word.
And we're just hanging out, and I was like, "So D, your real name's not D?" She was like, "No." I was like, "Well, what's your real name?" And she was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to pronounce it." And I was like, I can pronounce it." She was like, "It's Anal." And I was like, "Anal." She was like, "See, you didn't do it." And I was like, well, "How's it spelled?" And she was like, Manal. And she was like, I was like, "Well, how's it spelled?" And she said, Manal. And I was like, "Oh, anal." So D was pretty fucking cool. And we kept friends. We kept Facebook friends. And then, because she was like, "Look, I can't," she's apparently was bisexual. And she was like, "Look, I can't even let my family know I'm bisexual." Or I'm like,
Well, outer now. Shit.
okay. Well, she's dead.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Damn, dude.
2 years later, she died of a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, or it could have been that
They caught her.
Could have been that they don't have a bisexual in their family.
Right.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, but D was pretty cool.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace, D.
Rest in peace, dude.
The real one.
But then, we've still been doing through that trip, that 2-week trip. We're spending all this time on military bases, and Rob Mayer was like, on one. I think we're in Africa, and he was like, "Eric, you sing, right?" And Eric was like, "Yeah," because Eric Woodworth used to be a musical comedian, and we're like, "That's dumb. Put that guitar away. Tell real jokes, right?" So, Eric. He was like, "Yeah, I sing," and he was like, "Tommy, do you sing?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, yeah, when my parents separated,
Been known to be a songbird.
my parents separated. I spent time with my mom.
Heard to the grapevine? Have you heard this song before?
Give me a beat. Do, 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 do. I was like, it is hard being a black man in this world. So, but I was like, "Yeah, I sing," and he was like, "Well, why don't you guys sing something together?" And I was like, "Well, do you know Weird Al?" And Eric was like, "Yeah, I fucking know Weird Al." So we sing Weird Al's Yoda, right? Which is the cover of, what is it? What is it? I don't know the real Rhoda. I don't know. But anyway, we sing Weird Al's Yoda, and Eric and I are hitting natural harmonies. We're hitting inflections and everything. And when we stopped, Rob was like, "There's something here. This is something." So then in the Murder Mysteries, Rob would write in where Eric and I sing together. And it happened so often that we started calling ourselves Amish Paraguys instead of Amish Paradise.
Yeah.
But then that name then became like white and nerdy. And finally, I think in 2020, we got booked to perform at Magooby's, like the Die Laughing guys. We all did a Magooby's show.
Yeah.
And Eric and I wrote a song called Fuck 2020. So we performed Fuck 2020 as Amish Paraguys, right? And that was the first time we had performed as a, on our own.
Just
like
as
a
the duo,
duo. And then I was like, we had some gigs coming up. Like Eddie Lyles booked us, Eric and I, for the DC Comedy Festival to do on a musical comedy thing. And I was like, well, I guess we better write something.
Yeah.
So we wrote a couple songs and everything. But then I got booked at Magooby's and couldn't do it because I was like, I'd rather make money here.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but then we started booking gigs. I was like, this is what we'll do. We'll book our musical act. And then we'll feature and open for ourselves. That way we can take the entire take for a show. We just get the whole budget and we split it.
Yeah.
And then we were at MagFest, Music and Gaming Festival, which I host a game show there every year. And we were on mushrooms, and we were in our hotel room. And right before we passed out, Eric was like, "We should call our band Bussy." And I was like, "Hell yeah, all right, yeah." So we started going by Bussy.
Yeah.
But then people wouldn't put our name on flyers. They couldn't say our name on the radio.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, all these people know what Bussy means. Yeah. So then I changed it to the Bionic Universal Super Soldiers Incorporated.
Yeah.
So it's Bussy with an I. And now Bussy with an I is also German for goodnight kisses.
Oh.
So it's like your grandmother come in the middle of the night, "Oh, Bussy.
That's beautiful.
So
Jesus Christ.
we started going by Bussy, and
Bussy.
Bussy is a musical crowd work comedy act
Word.
where all the songs are always the same, but we're always crowd working and fucking with the crowd.
Yeah.
So it's always a different journey to the song each time.
Word.
And all of our songs are filthy. Well, we have two like clean songs. But some of our songs are like, we have this new one. It's a beautiful song, and it's kind of apropos because of what today is. The song itself is fucking beautiful because we have nice harmonies in it and fucking like, oh God, it's sang beautifully. But the name of the song is Father's Day at the Glory Hole. And it's about taking your dad
to a glory
hole on Father's Day
Yeah.
and him getting sucked off by a dude.
Happy Father's Day.
And then at the end, I'm always like, we finish. I'm like, thanks, Dad, for raw dogging my mom.
Yeah.
But and all of our songs are like that, where it's a beautiful song about something horrific, like something absolutely disgusting.
Sounds absolutely amazing.
And so we recorded after doing Bussy for a year. We were featuring for Justin at Magooby's one weekend. So we were like, hey, let's throw some money at this.
Bussy was featuring.
Yeah, Bussy
Sick.
was featuring. So I was like, let's throw some money at this, get a 3-camera shoot, get it professionally recorded, and then we'll release a special. So we did, and we released a special. It's out on YouTube, and it's called Bussy Transparent. Which is short for Transparent Glory Hole, which was a riff that we had because we were like, because he was like, I like the name because that's something cool, like a transparent glory hole. I was like, yeah, or it's a D&D spell. Like, I cast transparent glory hole. And you're like, take that.
Oh, man.
So, and then, but we always sell merch. We have a logo that Eric put it. The logo started from AI, but then he brought it into Illustrator and fixed it up. So it looks like a metal logo with like a skull with horns, and it says Bussy.
Sick.
And so we have shirts that have that. And then what we do is the back of the shirt is always a different design. We do one run of that design. And then once that design's gone, we don't make any more shirts like that.
Word.
And the only way to get the shirts is to come to a Bussy show. We don't sell them online. So,
Bussy.
we have like 5. And it's also weird because you learn how many people don't know how to pronounce the word pussy.
Yeah.
Because like people are like, oh, you're band Boosie?
Yeah, you're being Bussy.
I'm like, yeah.
that
Do you eat
pussy?
pussy?
Yeah. Dude.
But also through that, I found Daphne London. You know Daphne London? She's a musical comedian. Beautiful voice, plays on a smaller guitar. Lucas Craig, who is he plays piano and has a beautiful voice. And then these ladies called Grief Cat, which are musicians that do comedy music. They're not comedians that do music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and they've been on like CMT and everything, and
Sick.
they actually travel. And I'll put together a night where I'll pitch a show as a musical or an evening of musical comedy.
Yeah.
And it's an all musical comedy lineup.
Yeah.
And we've done the DC Improv. We've done the comedy festival, DC Comedy Festival. We've done Auto Bar downstairs at the Auto Bar.
Oh yeah.
And then, so every year in the book, The Comedy Bible by Judy Carter, it says every year set a goal for yourself for comedy. And last year's goal was to record a special. And then this year's goal is to record an album. So we found a studio. And then Eric has a buddy that plays drums. And then we were trying to get Andrew Unger's son, Oliver. Because he plays bass.
Yeah.
He's a savant on the bass.
Yeah.
But he only had like one date available, and it was the
Dude,
one
he's touring,
date.
dude.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
like, okay. this child bassist. So
Check my schedule.
I don't know, guys. I got a razor scooter practice. So he missed out on the opportunity to work with one of the Baltimore Raisins. So that's on him.
Yeah.
But so then we got my buddy Happy.
But he didn't even know it was you. He thought it was a black guy.
Yeah. What? But my buddy Happy, I met this guy at the midnight release of Halo 3. I was in front of, I was out in line at midnight in front of a GameStop, and the guy next to me in line, we started talking, and then I got his gamer tag and immediately went home and we played Halo 3 all night, and then we play fucking Halo all the time, and then he came over to my house once.
It's a 2000s love story, dude.
Yeah.
And then love was made. Right?
Well, he comes over and he was like, come with me and my buddy Jose, and we had been LARPing at that point for like maybe 10 years doing live action role play. And Happy was like, hey, you guys ever hear this thing called LARPing? Me and my friends are thinking about starting LARPing. It's called live action role play. And I was like, wait right here. And I went in the basement and brought up my armor crate. And I was like, we do LARP. And he was like, what? So then Happy started LARPing with us. And he brought in his friends from Catonsville.
Sick.
And now, like, I don't LARP anymore, but we do a cabin trip. Every winter, we go up to Canaan Valley, go snowboarding. So Happy goes with us snowboarding now, and we play video games together.
I always laugh when people call me a nerd.
Yeah.
They don't know the fuck.
It's like, have you met Tommy?
You even know what that means, sir?
But Happy's one of those guys where if there's a guitar, like he'll just like strum around with it.
Yeah.
And I would say, okay, Happy knows how to play guitar. He's in a band. So I was like, do you want to come? You play guitar, and then we'll move Eric to bass. And we did our first practice last weekend. And after we ran through one of the songs, which I think is Erase My Search History, which is about, like, it's a will. Like, when you die, you're telling your loved ones, hey, erase my search history. But so Eric tells Happy, like, yeah, I'll just keep playing the riff, and after this chorus, just come up with a solo. And in my head, I'm like, okay, you know, just fucking come up with a solo. And Happy's like, okay. And then when they get up to that part, and Happy's like, wow, and I was like,
saying,
holy
dude.
shit. Oh, man, we have really great people on this. So we're doing and then, you know, we are a acoustic band. Eric and I are an acoustic group, right? And now we're recording an electronic album. But back in like the late 90s, there would be electronic bands that would go on MTV Unplugged.
Yeah, do acoustic
and perform
sets.
acoustic. So this album, we're going to call it Bussy Plugged. Because there's no other way you can take that. But I definitely want to have the album art where, like, the negative space, if you look at the negative space, it'll be like butt plugs.
Word.
Yeah, like if you look at the DVD cover for Little Mermaid, and it's just dildos in the back. But we're doing we had on the books a show in September at Morrisburgers, which was going to be us doing our acoustical set. But now the band has agreed, like, okay, that'll be our first time where we'll perform as an electric band.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be Bussy. So, but that means, so I do props for us too. So I have, when I do Bussy, to blend into the Bionic Universal Super Soldiers thing, we all have Bionic things. So I have my Bionic arm from my Mandalorian kit that I built. And that, which it looks so good that people have come up after shows and are like, oh, I thought you had a prosthetic. I'm like, no, what do you? Yeah, I have a prosthetic
that works this good.
That fucking moves. This is my jerk. And then Eric he just wanted a shin, so he has a cyber shin that lights up. And then Happy came over my house, and, like, I'm always building something. And like, I had a mask that was unfinished that I just fucked with, and Happy, like, sees it and he was like, "Oh, this is pretty badass. I'd always wanted a mask to play guitar." And I was like, "All right, well,
you got
that'll be your robot mask."
Word.
And then Blake, the drummer. Eric told Blake, he was like, yeah, Tommy's probably going to make you something. He was like, well, I don't want a mask. I don't want to perform with a mask on. And he was like, well, what about an arc reactor? What if Tommy makes you like an arc reactor? And I was like, you're not allowed to fucking suggest.
Suggest.
But so then I started, as soon as he said it, I'm like, all right, now I'm building it.
An arc reactor would be perfect.
Well, so what I ended up doing, have you ever seen, like at Spencer's, there's like those flat discs, and like there's lightning that comes from the disc and like spreads out?
I think so.
You ever see, okay, this is kind of a deep nerd cut. You ever watch Star Trek Next Generation?
No.
Okay, me neither. Yeah, it's gay. No, but they're the charging pods that the Borg would charge in. The circle part behind their head was this. You could buy them at Spencer's.
Of course, yeah.
But now they make them. There's ones that are like 3 inches round. So and they're sound activated. So his arc reactor is going to be this lightning ball that'll be sound act. So as he plays,
that's sick.
And then the straps for it, I'll do sound activated LED strips, so that while he plays, it'll fucking do.
Yeah.
And I want to throw for the September show. I want to throw some money at it. Maybe do a 3-camera shoot of that, just so that we could do a grainy advertisement for the album. What are like Bussy with songs like Erase My Search History and Father's Day at the Glory Hole.
Word.
That sounds fucking
With
amazing.
other hits like Kiss of the Gypsy. Yeah.
That's fucking fire.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, so that's me up to now.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Man, I need to come see that. I need to see that immediately.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
I need to see you guys. Your fucking life story. Your early childhood is a fucking Griswold tale. Dude, that's so fun. Like, yeah, it's like National Lampoons is fuck. Like,
I've just been on stage most of my life.
dude, insane.
Like you were always you. That's what I'm getting. From
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
You were always fucking Tommy.
Yeah.
That's
fucking
that's what
crazy.
it sounds like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll tell you where my stage name came from. Because I'm
Yeah.
Tommy Sinbazo.
Yeah, where'd it come
But
from?
it's a stage name, right? Because I was born Thomas Douglas Lear Jr. Okay, and Lear is the German spelling, so there's an H in there, and people love to try to pronounce that H. So it's always like Tommy Leher or Tommy or right. And even in high school, like people have always fucked up. In my high school graduation, I didn't walk across the stage until he said my name right, because he was like Thomas Lur, and I'm like, motherfucker, I've been in your office for fights. I did not know. So when I was 23, I did a belly flop off of a jungle gym and landed on a railroad tie.
Fuck.
And it made my rib cage do squish like that, right?
Fuck.
And it ruptured my spleen. And so they removed my spleen. Because I remember the doctor came in, he was like, you have a level 4 laceration of your spleen. And I was like, what does that mean? He was like, I got to take it out. And I was like, well, what am I going to do without a spleen? He was like, what do you do now? I was like, nothing. He was like, okay, let's keep doing that.
You're not really using it, kid.
Yeah. Well, he did say don't get malaria. And I'm like, where am I ever going to get malaria? And then 20 years
Go
later,
to Africa.
I went to fucking Africa.
Yeah.
Where there were clouds of mosquitoes in the fucking airport.
Get them, boys.
You ain't from around here. Which it was right when we went over there. It was right after Trump had said that these were shithole countries, and I go there and I'm like, he's not wrong. There are stray cats in this airport.
in the airport. It's crazy.
But I lose my spleen, and then a couple years later, I dated this Cuban girl who used to call me Tommy Sinbazo, which is Spanish for Tommy without spleen. And then my first open mic.
She had a different Tommy, one with the
Yeah, I was
spleen.
like, how many Tommies you got here? So we then when I did my first open mic, which was right after we had broken up, Brad Hudson pronounced my name as Tommy Lur, and I was like, so in the second open mic, I was like, just call me Tommy Sinbazo.
Weird.
And now my real name sounds odd on my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing, Tommy.
Yeah. Dude.
Tommy Sinbazo, man without a spleen.
Yeah.
Tommy without spleen.
Tommy without
That's
spleen.
fucking incredible.
I got a
Fucking
big
nuts.
scar. It goes from here down to here.
Damn, dude.
Where I lost it. You got any scars?
Only one. I had a nail go through this knee. I've road rash on this knee from when I crashed a motorcycle.
Oh, okay.
But-
Yeah, I've crashed motorcycles too.
I,
Yeah, we're
um,
both cool.
I only have emotional scars.
Yeah, you chewed all that paper for nothing.
That shit could have paid off, and it didn't. It didn't.
Here
at
they're
all.
shitting out Amazon boxes.
What? Where did you're not afraid to take a chance, to take a leap. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from?
That's my autism.
It's just your brand of autism.
Yeah,
Word.
my special blend, because I do. It's a bit that I do, but I was late in life diagnosed autistic, which made sense. Thinking like linking back, I was like, oh, every 3 months I had to do a neurological test and see. I had to do this for the doctor, and but that's what the GATE program is. Like, it's a bunch of autistic kids.
It is,
and I always thought I just had ADHD, but my doctor was like, I made some joke once.
Autistic kids love water. That's why there's so many near drowning experiences.
I guess I just walked into the pool
to it, dude.
without my water
fact?
on.
They can't get away from it. Dude. Like,
God damn.
they love it. This dude just walked into water.
Yeah, I just walked in. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I've always been. People have always said that, like, oh, you have no shame, or it's like, well, I don't really think about it that way, and I don't really get embarrassed. And it's that that undeserved confidence of autistic people. We're like, oh yeah, because like I was like, I'm just gonna build a robot, and people are like, have you ever built a robot before? Like, yeah, I'll figure it out. And then I built a robot, and I have a robot in my basement that I'm gonna wear with my Mandalorian kit. I built a BD-1 unit. You ever play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, yeah, but that is so fucking cool. Like, seeing you just do you and hearing your story and hearing how, like, you've always been this version of you. I mean, you've gotten better, obviously, over time, but it's always been you, and you've always been unabashedly able to just, hey, I'm going to do this, and now you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. I've struggled with that. Like, I'm going to do this, and I get into the planning. It's like, oh man, that's a lot. But like,
you just got to break it down, and you just
to watch you, to like see someone that's like built a fucking dragon that moves on his shoulder. It's like,
Booty.
yeah, dude, it's like insane. It's like inspiring.
That was a whole nother thing too, because I wanted to build this dragon. I've always they're called wood babies, right? And you see them at the Renaissance Festival. They're like, you ever been to a Renaissance Festival?
I have not. I've been invited to plenty, but
We're gonna go this year.
This year for my birthday, I'll make sure always go every year for my birthday.
Yeah, we're gonna. I saw Dorian at it last year.
Dorian gets season passes, and he goes and gets his face painted first thing in the day.
Yeah,
I used to love to go and see Dorian because then it looks like I'm talking to this hot black chick, and I would just straight up grope him like, you want to grab his titty. I'm like, yeah, everybody knows I'm man.
Boost up my confidence. Thank you.
Hey, nibble on my neck a little bit, friend. Quick, my mom's looking. Hold hands. My mom's like, we gotta get his eyes checked.
Look, I know that.
I like to tell Dorian that, like, you know what? I like how realistic you've been keeping your female side when you present, because you're moving your tits lower and lower.
They get lower with age.
I mean, he can make cleavage out of nothing. Smoke and mirrors, man.
I've definitely wondered if, I was like, he didn't have a surgery or anything, did he? Like,
No. It's all him.
yeah,
It's all natch.
he's a master.
And he dates women.
yeah.
I don't know much about Dorian. Like, we're very cordial. We speak little nerd translational things every once in a while. But I was like, I don't really know much about him.
That I've known Dorian, like I said, I've known Dorian since college. I don't even really know that much. He just had, Julia just passed last year. Was it last year or 2 years? Last year. His longtime girlfriend, she was in Baltimore Improv Group. And she had just passed, and that's not the first one of his significant others that had passed. He dated a girl that killed herself back in the early 2000s. And we drove down to Last Comic Standing tryouts when I was only like 2 years into comedy. We drove down to
I
Tennessee.
did that dumb shit.
Yeah. And I was like, the whole way down, he's fucking doing that. He does contact juggling. So he's got that fucking ball the whole fucking way. And there would be long conversation, like long pauses. And I remember we were going down and I was like, are you gay? And he was like, oh, no, I like complicated women. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't care if you are, I just want to know. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for Dorian. He just met his dad. Or wait, okay, Julia passed 2 years ago. Last year, he had just met his dad.
Don't tell us the story.
We got to get him on. We got to get him on.
Ask him about meeting his dad.
When I first did comedy, like one of the first times I did it was at Magoobies doing the showcase thing.
Oh, the new talent?
Yeah. And you were hosting, and the first comic to come up to me afterwards was Dorian.
Yeah.
Because Dorian was like, where do you fucking do comedy? Because I was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Everybody assumed that I'd just been doing stand-up for at least a little while.
Yeah.
But that was like my first time. And it was like, he realized I didn't know shit about shit.
Yeah.
And just ran down the list of fucking mics that I should come to, and High Tops was definitely one of them.
I wouldn't be here right now with you guys if it wasn't for Dorian, because he got me into improv, and then from that he got me into comedy. Dorian believed in me before I believed in myself, and so that doesn't surprise me that he came up to you after the thing. I fucking love Dorian to death, and he's one of those people that like I would be like driving my car, like, oh, get my emissions done. And in Arbutus, and then I'm driving and look over, and it's Dorian walking down the road in Violettville, and I'm like, Dorian. He's like, oh hey, I'm like, do you want to ride? Oh okay, and just get in the car, and that's happened like several times where I just run into Dorian in like the oddest places.
Yeah.
Did you ever have the pleasure of that short moment of time and you didn't know Dorian Violet was the same person?
Maybe it was like in an evening.
Right.
Like,
because I definitely probably I think I had been on shows with Dorian, seen Violet.
Yeah.
But it took I didn't know immediately that, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then when they was like, same last name, I'm like, well, that explains it. Gray's not a common last name.
Yeah. There are definitely people that don't know that they are the same person.
Yeah.
I was on a show. Irwin had a show. Was that one he had in College Park?
So at the Fusion restaurant.
Yeah. Or somebody had like a.
It was like a hotel.
Yeah. But Dorian opened the show, and then he headlined as Violet. So I had to go and do a Wonder Woman spin.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, definitely got to get both of them on the show next.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit. Look, whole day of filming.
Right.
You got them superimposed over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great.
Last thoughts.
I mean, I'm inspired by this guy over here.
Yeah.
Tommy, you're fucking hilarious, and you have this. You have the brain that I wish I had, as far as like just taking an idea and then foreseeing it. You know what I mean? Like just creating something.
I'm glad you use it for good. I'm glad you're not doing evil.
You really could be a great supervillain.
You guys never heard of my villain stories?
No.
Do you have time for one or two?
Is the statute of limitations up?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
the guy's dead.
Yeah, let's fuck, man.
Did you guys never hear
do
of how I used a super soaker?
No.
Okay. All right. Buckle in. Okay. I've told this on like maybe 3 or 4 I actually do. I have a podcast on the Rob and Joe show is now called the DLP Agenda.
Word.
Okay. Their Patreon is a bunch of us have our own separate little podcast.
Word.
And I have a monthly podcast called Story Time with Tommy Sinbazo, where I just tell a story. One of the ones the big ones that I'd saved up. So with my autism, right, which I've learned from TikTok a lot of things about common things that people with ADHD and autism have.
Yeah.
One of those, my mom always thought that I had a temper. I don't have a temper. I have a thing called emotional deregulation, where I go from 0 to murderous like that. Because my brain, underdeveloped prefrontal cortex means it doesn't make enough dopamine. So ADHD people are constantly searching for dopamine, whether that's fidgeting or stimming. But one of the ways that you get dopamine is anger. So when I get mad at something, I hyperfixate on it, and then all my attention is directed into that because I'm feeding my dopamine.
Sounds so familiar.
Yeah. So my best friend growing up, I met him when I was 5 years old, was this guy, John Elizondo. And John Elizondo and I were thick as thieves, right? Once we met, it was Tommy and John and Tommy. Everywhere I went, John was right there. And we were mirror images of each other. And we would go to parties and just have a good time, just me and him. Fuck who else is there. Fuck the property damage, whatever, okay? We would also get called like Beavis and Butthead, and if one was in trouble, the other was in trouble. John was a good-looking dude. Okay, John was fucking, and right around high school, all these, all the girls were all like, oh, John, and like I was getting no fucking ass. John was getting all the fucking ass, right? Which I'm like, okay,
Just waiting for that John runoff.
yeah, a little jealous, but whatever,
Yeah.
But and the thing that started to piss me off was his way of picking up girls. Was that he would do that thing where like if a girl was like, hey, hi, how are you? And he'd be like, you don't like me, I'm ugly. you would. I know I'm ugly. You don't want me. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, project confidence. But I mean, it would work. The girl would be like, no, you're not ugly. No. And he, get all these chicks.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo this
So,
man.
get older, parents separate, end up moving.
Did you ever try it? You're like, hey, you don't want me. I'm ugly. They're like, no, Tommy, somebody will want you.
Yeah, they're like, oh, good, you know. No, I never. I never went that route. I've never tried to trick a girl.
Good.
Which I've also said, but like, look, I know I'm not Brad Pitt, right? And they're like, well, girls are attracted to a sense of humor. No, they're not. Oh, girls like if you're intelligent. No, that's not true either. So after high school, right, I move. And I'm still trying to keep in touch with John and keeping him involved in my life. But this is before cell phones.
Yeah, before social media. And shit.
So I start hanging out with this group of girls in Catonsville, right? And one of them, this girl, Katie, right? Which at the time I was dating a girl. Hold on. You know that thing where they say if you skip a meal, you're going to overeat the next time that you do eat? Have you ever skipped a meal?
I've also overeaten like, every meal I have.
Well, so I was so deprived for girl attention that when I started getting it, I was collecting them like Pokemon.
Okay.
There's no reason for me not to date 3 girls at a time,
Yeah.
right? I'm not hurting any of their feelings. They're all getting attention. Right?
Yeah, you're Van Wilder. You're
Yes. I was just
fucking entire friend
living it
groups.
up. So I had been dating this one girl, and sort of dating this other girl, and then there was this girl, Katie. Right? Katie was beautiful, right? A very beautiful girl. And she hung out with my group of Catonsville friends, right? Now, Katie and I, it had never gotten serious, but if we were at parties, we'd make out a little bit here and there and stuff, right? So I get back from, I had to go do something before this party. I had to work late. I invited John to come to this party in Catonsville. Well, I get there, Katie sees me, goes upstairs, doesn't want anything to do with me, right? And then, and John wasn't there either. And I was like, what's going on? And my one friend was like, she knows. And I was like, knows what? And they were like, she knows that you're dating other girls. And I was like, well, who told her? And they were like, none of us did. And one was like, it was John. John told her.
Damn,
so apparently
dude.
John gets to this party, see Katie, wants Katie, and tells her that
That's not a good friend.
and by the way, this was a week before Katie was moving to Alabama. They were
Damn,
never
dude.
going to see Katie again.
Ever again, dude.
Yeah.
Simp ass Joe.
Yeah.
Damn.
So John tells her, right? So I call
John,
him.
fuck
I
John.
call him up, and I was like, "Hey." He was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on, man?" I was like, "What the fuck you mean, what's going on?" You know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. What's going on, John? My dick is dry, John.
What's up with
You
that?
want to tell me why my dick is dry?
And I was like, "Why the fuck did you tell her?" He was like, "She needed to know." And I was like, no, she didn't need to know. And 2, why would you tell her? And he was like, whatever, man, just doing the right thing. She needed to know. And I was like, all right, bet. And I hung up, and I didn't talk to John for like a year.
Sure.
Right? Now, a year goes by, and about 6 months into that year, Now I'm working out real heavy, right? And I'm taking this stuff called Animal Stack, right? Which it's not illegal, but an MLB player did get ejected from the league for taking it.
Damn, dude.
Okay? And you're supposed to only do it for 3 months. I'm on month 6.
It's just 6 months of
Yeah.
workout montage
So
and PEDs,
I
dude.
have a hair trigger and just emotional deregulation, rejection sensitivity. No, and matter of fact, the weekend this all goes down, right? And so I start thinking in my head. I mean, I'm comparing it to Lex Luthor versus Superman. I'm like, this is He-Man and Skeletor.
Fucking Gilgamesh and Enkidu, dude.
Yes, a battle for the ages, right? And I was like, I want to fight John, because once we fight, in previous experiences, once you fight, you get that out of the way, and then the healing.
Go back to brotherhood.
But I know John is a fucking pussy. I'll have to get him to a point where he has to fight. So I'm thinking, I'm like, now, okay, what would piss him off to the point where he'd fight me, right? And I was like, what if I sprayed him with a super soaker full of my own piss?
Fuck,
And in
Tommy.
my brain, I'm like, that is a brilliant idea.
That would make me want to fight.
Yeah. And so I even told the friends, I was like, look,
I'm gonna squirt this guy.
I was like, look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna trick John into coming to this party. I was telling my friend Erica, you're gonna have a party. Because Katie was supposed to come back for spring break, right, and see everybody, but that fell through. There was going to be a party, right?
Damn,
And I was like, Erica, keep telling people that this party's going on. I'm going to tell. So I emailed John, her email was like destiny777 @hotmail.com.
Yeah.
So I emailed him from destiny777 @yoohoo.com. And I was like, hey, John, coming into town for spring break. I'd really like to see you. After that shit that Tommy pulled, I really think we had a connection, right? And I send it, right? It comes back and he was like, I'd love to see you. When's this party? I'm like, I got your ass, motherfucker, right? So I keep stringing them along, telling them about this fucking party, right?
Yeah.
Now, 3 days before this party, I go and buy a super soaker. Now, at the time, I'm working as a land surveyor, okay? So I'm outside all day. So 3 days before then, all I eat is asparagus. And all I drink is cranberry juice, right? Out of 32-ounce jugs. So I chug this cranberry juice and I just carry it with me all day. And when I have to piss, I'm pissing in this jug. So that night, I have this jug of asparagus and cranberry juice piss.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? And I'm jerking off, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to add a couple billion sperm to this.
Just a little.
And I jerked off into a
jizz.
Dixie cup and poured it into the mix.
Yeah.
Now,
Damn, diabolical.
I told
But
the
in
friend-
another universe, John is doing the same thing. So
Yeah, in the multiverse.
I
never thought of it that way.
Somewhere in the multiverse,
All right.
John is doing the same thing.
So,
and in one, both you guys did it.
yeah. So I fill the super soaker. I fill the super soaker with the piss, right? And I tell Erica, I was like, look, this is what's happening. I'll be downstairs with my piss gun, right, in the basement. When John gets here, you tell him that Katie's downstairs. So he'll come down and I'll say something like, how's my dick taste? Or something. I'll come up with something. And I'll spray him down. He'll be so upset that he'll have to fight me and we'll fight. And she was like, you're going to spray him with piss in my basement? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, I don't want that in my basement. And then my other buddy, my LARPer buddy, Tiberius, he was going to come. He was going to come to the party and bring ecstasy, right? So, but he was like, dude, this is a horrible fucking idea.
Yeah.
Just shit talk him. And shit talk him, and then just get him to fight you from shit talking. I'll be there, just shit talk him. So,
But I got this.
It's dripping.
yeah. So I bring the super soaker full of piss to the party, and I brought a
dude.
date. I had a date at this party.
And you had a date, dude.
So I have the super soaker full of piss, and now Erica and the rest of them are like, we thought.
What
you
was
were-
that ride to the party like with you? with your
What's in that bag? What's that party favors? Did you bring confetti? Is that Jello shots? Can I get one before we?
Stay out of that bag.
So we get to the party, and now, like, I'm there early for the party, right? And they were like, all of them were like, we thought you were fucking joking. I was like, oh, no. I said I was going to do this. I'm fucking doing it. This is my super soaker full of piss.
Yeah.
When have I ever said I was going to do something and not do it?
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you're not fucking doing it. So the piss gun got taken and put in this other room. And I was like,
Confiscated.
motherfucker. Yeah. So then, and Ty Bears was like, just shit talk him, just shit. Well, meanwhile, he's running late. He's not even fucking there yet, right? So, meanwhile, Erica's cousin who's there is laughing his ass off at the idea of this happening, right? So, so now I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta fucking shit talk him. He's not gonna fuck, whatever. So, 7 o'clock rolls around. John's not there. 8 o'clock rolls around. John's not there. 9 o'clock rolls around. I'm in the bathroom pissing, right? And there's a knock on the door. And it's my friend Carolyn. And she's like, John's here. And I was like, okay, all right, let's fucking do it. And she's like, he brought people with him. And I was like, fuck. And she's like, but they're little. And I was like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I'm going to fuck them up too. So I come out of the door. And I go out the front. I come through the living room. I go out the front door. Now, it had the front yard had steps up to a concrete patio with like a railing around it. Yeah. And as I'm coming out the front door, John's coming up the steps, right? And I was like, all right, shit talking. So I say, what's up, bitch? And when I said bitch, it was like a fucking red filter went down over everything. Like my switch flipped. It was like in Kill Bill. You heard, wee!
Yeah. Yeah.
And I fucking shove him with everything that I have, right? And he takes 2 steps, he stumbles back. The fucking railing hits him right at his butt cheeks, and he flips ass over tea kettle off the porch into the bushes below.
Yeah.
Right? So he's in the bushes now, and he's like just slowly trying to get up. Yeah. And I look over and I see Erica's cousin. I was like, get my gun. And he goes, oh, yeah. And he fucking runs in to get the fucking super soaker. Yeah. Comes back out, gives me the super soaker. And as soon as I said gun, John's like, and then he gets up and I'm fucking drenching.
It's so much worse than he thought.
Yeah. I mean, I am super soaking.
He was going to kill me.
Please just kill me. Please. So, I mean, I am, as the name implies, Laramie makes no liars. I am super soaking with my piss and a little bit of cum. Yeah. And he walks past the friends that he bought. Now, the friends that were there with him was this other little guy that John and I worked at a company before, and there was this guy we called Paint Huffin' Doug. Because Doug huffs paint. Yeah. So Paint Huffin' Doug was there, and then
it'd be weird if he didn't.
This girl that he had dated in high school, Kelly, which she had tracked me down, ironically, in that space between when he had told Katie and I started planning this. She had tracked me down, and we had fucked a couple times. So this revenge fuck was also there. And he walks past them, and I fucking soak them too. And he just gets, I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Here comes the fight. And he just turns around, goes, gets in his car with him, and he drives off. Yeah. And I was like, oh.
Damn, dude.
So I still had like half a gun worth of piss. Yeah. So the next day, I messaged him, or that night I fucking emailed him, and I was like, "Hey, oh my God, I was at the gas station getting Mountain Dew and cigarettes. I can't believe I heard what Tommy did." And he was like, "Yeah, he tried to punch me like a bitch." He was like, "Oh, I heard he just shoved you and then sprayed you with a super soaker." He was like, "Yeah, well, whatever." And then I was like, oh, but I still want to see you. You know what? How about we meet at the Double T Diner? And we'll get dinner. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. And my plan was, I'm going to soak this motherfucker in the parking lot. He was like, yeah, I don't know. And that's when I responded back with, I was like, it's been me this whole time, you dumb bitch. Yeah. He was like, I knew it was you. I was like, there was no fucking way that you knew it was me. I was like, the party was fake. This email was fake. Yeah. And that gun full of piss and cum was real.
He brought friends to his own golden shower.
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is the evil super.
One of my many
Sinbazo.
evil temper stories. But so then, years later, Wait, is that yeah. Maybe like 4 years after that, I found out that John was going to this bowling alley on Friday nights. So I took my new crew of like LARPing buddies, and we went just to go intimidate him, just to go. And I walked in, and he was at a table with like with like a girl his age and like maybe this girl's sister or whatever. And I walked in, I walked right up to his table and just like sat down at it, and I was like, "How's it going, John?" And he was like, "Oh, hey, hey," and like, and then I was like, I introduced myself. I was like, "Hi, I'm Tommy," and like the young sister was like, "Wait, Tommy, like the Tommy?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, and we used to call each other Guy.
Yeah.
That was like our nickname for it. And I was like, "What's going on, Guy? How
Yeah.
you been?" And he was like, "Oh, I was like, okay, cool. Well, I might start coming here a lot, be around, and just to fucking intimidate because I was a dickhead." And then years after that, I tried messaging him. I tried friending him on Facebook, and he wouldn't accept my friend request.
Why would he?
What a bitch.
Why would he open himself up?
And
to
then,
shenanigans, Tommy?
look, I may have been, looking back, I may have overreacted a little bit.
He'll
then-
leave him alone after the piss.
Right.
In 2021, I still had people that worked with him that would walk by his cubicle and be like,
It smells like piss in here.
"Yeah, you smell that piss? You smell piss?" So, but and then in 2021, a mutual friend messaged me and was like, "Hey, did you hear about John?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "John died last night, and but he died doing what he loved, heroin in a gas station parking lot."
Damn, dude.
So.
Can't tell me about more of your friends that died.
Damn, dude.
Well, I definitely did. I tried reaching out to
It's like a fucking old school rap concert.
the Source Awards.
Yeah.
But I did reach out to like his friends because he was living on the Eastern Shore by then, and definitely reached out to be like, "Hey, are you guys? I would love to come to the service." And they
Leave your fucking
were
super
like,
soaker
"No."
at home, dude.
They're like, "We know about you. We've heard the podcast."
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Tommy killed 2 people. I don't know if you knew that. That's what I got from all this.
Mysterious
I
circumstances.
mean,
dude.
maybe he turned to drugs. I mean, you got to think. Now I'm thinking back. Let's think
Getting
about
soaked with pee in front of
it. Humiliated in front of all those people.
it's a low, dude. It's a low that might drive you to heroin. Yeah.
Adios,
But,
meals.
you got to tell it. I got to tell the story every now and then so people don't fuck with me.
Say it into your camera. Say it into your camera.
Hey,
Can we
don't
switch
you-
this on?
Don't you dare fuck one of my many girlfriends. No one fucks my harem.
So now, after all
Oh,
of that,
fuck.
I get to throw the question back at you.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts?
Yeah, now tell me how good a guy I am.
Any fucking last thoughts, buddy?
So fucking devious. Here, it's so fucking devious. Oh man. It's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it's been great.
It always is. Like, love hanging out with you.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll do Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
In July.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna.
You ever vape DMT? You ever do DMT?
I have done DMT.
Did you blast off?
I did.
jealous.
I'm gonna tell you about it on another episode. This has been Life Thus Far. I'm Leland Clayton. That's Valence Michael. Our guest, Tommy Sinbazo. Peace.
Sludge